Good morning. Welcome to Tuesday, December 19th. I slept in and just had a slow morning. But I'm up now. And so it's time to take all of this off the bed. And now that that's off, time to drain this. I know it drains from there. And I got little connector. I have a hose outside that I could bring in, but I think we have a smaller hose that's cut off that's going to make it easier to drain somewhere in here. I know we used to. I know we did last time I had to drain it, because I've had to do that once since I got it. My first mattress ended up springing a leak. Yeah, we have a hose. Oh, and it still has a connector on it even. The difference is this one won't be used for filling it because it was made a more convenient length for draining it by removing the other end. But if I remember, that should take it from there over to this drain and pop the top off of there. And now, with that little kit that I bought, there's actually this little fancy thing in here. It's designed, I can actually hook it up to like the sink in the bathroom, run some water, and it'll start pulling the water from the bed. But you have to leave at least, a little bit of pressure running through it the whole time to keep it pulling, because it's kind of going to go uphill. And Mike's comment was, well, that's ultimately, it's like it may only be a little bit at a time, but that's a lot of water it's pulling out of there. That's going to be a lot of water. I was like, alright, I'll just try the other way. So I'll just try draining it normally first. And I was, commenting, the thing I don't like is having to try and suck a vacuum into it, which is what I actually had to do last time. Because I know it works. This comment was you can hook it up and sort of push everything down below the bed until it fills up with water, then put your thumb in it and just run it over. So we'll see how that works. Well, darn it. The hose only goes this far. It needs to get over there. Either I found the wrong hose, I misremember something, or something. Yeah, it's the hose Mike said he thought was going to work. It's not going to work. I have to bring in the one from outside and hope it's not like frozen. I know I disconnected it from the water, so it shouldn't be busting or anything, but that's a much longer hose. This one is too short. That one is much longer than what I need, which isn't great, because the more hose it has to go through, the worse. Let's see what we can do. So we don't have infinite hoses, and this hose is too short. Now we have another hose that probably would be long enough, except that it's one of the weird ones that shrinks when it's not full of water, and that's not great for trying to use in this situation where it doesn't have like a high stream pressure. It's basically relying on a vacuum to create it, and so that's not going to work here. We only have one other just normal hose, and it's this monster, which is so much too long. So too long. I mean, it'll function, but so much work because of it. And it was the one I was going to have to use to fill it up anyways, because it has connections on both sides. But still, whatever. I might actually end up using I don't know. It's like part of me says, well, just use the water method so you don't have to try and fill it with this, because a third of the bed will fit in the hose before it starts draining. Whatever. Gotta get the water out of there somehow. Anyways, the first thing I did was I coiled it properly. It had become a mess. As much as I'm gonna have to fill it with water, before I brought it in the house, I drained it with water, knowing I kind of have to mess with it here, and that way minimize the water that just spilled on the floor. Doesn't really matter. This carpet's going away. Once I'm out, they actually, when they did this little wood look stuff here, they brought enough to do my room as well. And I'm like, I don't want that in here. I want carpet, because I do the filming thing, and that's the same reason I needed carpet in the room over at the condo. But they bought it, and they're like, okay, but when you're gone, I'm like, fine by me. I mean, they're going to have to do it anyways. You'll see today, but I'm pretty sure there's no carpet under the bed. If I remember correctly, it was carpeted up to the bed and stopped. The bed was here before the carpet was laid. But anyways, yeah, so I have that coiled, and I'm going to try to attach it and start filling it up with water. And I emptied out a laundry basket to put right next to me, so that once it's full and I'm running with it over to this drain, I can hold the laundry basket underneath it, just in case. I don't know how this is going to work. But, it's not been all that long. I've only been up for maybe 40-45 minutes. And had to change my plans on how I'm doing everything, so I guess I'm still progressing. So now that is connected to the hose, which is open at one end. Basically the idea is start pushing it all down below the surface and filling up the hose. We'll see how it works. Fingers crossed and such. I hate this. But I can't get that hose pushed to below the surface enough because it's too long. And I tried to use the fancy thing that was going to waste water. And it won't connect to the faucet here. So I can't even use that. So this is the only option I have left. I know it works. It's just real stale air and water. It's old. It shouldn't be bad. I put a chemical in it. But it's chemicaled water. It just makes me feel terrible. It's not good. But I am getting this bed moved today. So my mom and Mike got home, and I discovered we have like 3 other hoses hidden out like in boxes in the garage. Whatever. Supposedly Mike has it. Yeah, it's going. It's real slow going, but it's going. And I started gathering bins or such, and it's just shoving it over. I gotta tell you, in my mind, it was real simple of, hey, just get this started. I remember it took quite a while. Last time I had to do it, so get it started, and I'll just sit around and I'll do some editing or something like that. Good use of time. Pretty much having to babysit the thing. It's driving me crazy. Alright, so I have been able to get some editing done. I have a vlog exporting at least, so not a complete waste. And I've continued to build up, just started taking the empty bins or whatever that Christmas decorations were in, and sort of reducing the space, because it helps, I believe, with keeping this flowing, because it keeps that higher, and gravity helps this whole process, etc. So I do have water flowing out of there still. And I feel like every time I do it, it speeds up for at least a little bit until this sort of dies down a bit and then it slows down, so that's why I do it. But otherwise, yeah. Waiting on this to export. I was gonna edit a session video actually. But I open up the program to do that and I'm like, oh, I haven't imported the footage for that yet. So now my goal is when I leave, or get to the point where I'm no longer going to be working on this kind of thing, I'll probably just start importing the footage today instead of actually editing it, because that has to be done first. Yeah. It will be very soon that I will be able to import footage, export videos, all that while I sleep. I can't do that right here, because I sleep right here. And this produces too much light. I mean, to be fair, that produces too much light. I put remote controls in front of it. I've gotten to the point where I have like a completely blacked out room. which I used to be able to just leave computers on with all their LEDs blasting and didn't bother me one bit, but the last bit, you know, I've just started being, oh, there's a tiny LED that is coming off of a power strip that is behind that piece of furniture. I need to cover it up because it kind of lights up the wall, and that's keeping me from falling asleep. Whatever. I hate how long this is taking. I know it's making progress because of all this space that is no longer bed, but it's just so slow. So it's got about that far, maybe halfway, and it's pretty much just stopped draining at all. It's stressing me out. So I let Mom and Mike know when they're trying to figure out ways what we can try next. Trying to shop vac. This is definitely working much better, much faster. It's also making a bigger mess over there. Water kind of spreads over and has to come, so it's not the best, but it's what we need right now. Yeah. It's getting close there, but Mike's gonna finish that up, and I'm gonna go to the grocery store for my mom so he doesn't have to worry about that afterwards, since he's pretty much the one using the shop vac, and it's relieved a lot of stress from me. So yeah, I'm gonna go to the store for her. Alright, so it's early afternoon, and I got my list for Mom, and I'm also going to pick up some Arby's for lunch for the family while I'm out. But basically I'm getting what she'll need for desserts for tonight's group, which I'm hoping I get to make it to. But I'll pretty much have to have my bed to the point where it's basically ready before I can do so. Of course I have off tomorrow, and I think the next day. I think my vacation day went through, so this is my first of 3 days again. To just trying to make sure that this move goes smoothly, because I'll be a little chaotic today, and then have some more stuff that I need to do tomorrow, and then ideally having a day that's basically just making sure everything's working, and that on the day I have to get up, get ready, go to work, I have everything over there that I need for doing so. To make sure that I move work clothes and that kind of thing. But yeah, that'll be all stuff that needs to be handled. But yeah, headed out to get some stuff while Mike is finishing up the draining the bed. It should probably be drained by the time I get back. Grocery store. Alright, so I'm home with my meal from Arby's, and having arrived, there's the mattress. So we got it finished. And I'll get this liner taken out. It's all taped in. Because before I used to tape it in, it would, like, the sides would fall down, which means if something were to happen, and this liner being the second catch-all kind of thing, he wouldn't have done a great job. So I would keep it taped. But I have to untape it all and then start taking this all apart. But I'm gonna eat first. Working on deconstructing the bed. And there's so much dust behind that. Cobwebs even. Ew. So I'm just sort of taking bits off as I go. Make my way across. Just sort of disassembling as I go, because otherwise, without the waterbed part to distribute the weight over it, it always feels so unstable if I just walk on just the wooden support. But I did see something in here. It's just a forest. Okay, I was like, there's a magic card. A very, very dusty Magic card. Put you up there, my friend. But yeah, as you can kind of see, that's the painted concrete floor. Isn't all that dusty. Isn't all that dirty. Just comparably, like if you look at the stuff that's behind the box, it's terrible. But because this is just sort of sealed off since the bed has been put here, it's not so bad. I'm still probably going to put shoes on before I step into there to reach the further side, because it's still a little gross. Just a quick update. I almost have all of it disassembled. Getting close. And the bed is gone. It's all in the little foyer out here for the most part. I'm hoping Mike gets the chance to help me get it up and into the truck to get it over to the condo soon. Starting to get stressed out about it, but just need to relax and trust we'll manage to get things done. And I'll be able to sleep tonight, hopefully. Alright, so we did get the bed all loaded up in Mike's truck, and we're heading over to the condo now. It's like 5. Group starts at 6:45, though some people show up closer to 6. I'd like to be there. Right now my goal is to get the frame made and the bed all or mostly filled, I guess. But at the very least, before I leave, I feel like I need to get the frame made and just sort of like at least the bed laid out in there. Yeah. I don't know, just trying to figure out what I can do for tonight. I mean, I know I will have to go back to the house. I left all my bedding, pillows, etc. all there. I got too much other stuff in this trip. I'm like, I got a hose. I got the 2 ends connected so it shouldn't leak. At Mike's recommendation, I was like, that's a clever idea. Yeah, I got that and all the stuff to hook it up to the bed, and just a few other things that I was like, I have to remember, like my phone charger. You know, I have a bag with just that kind of stuff. But yeah, just gotta get things put together, and it's so much later than it should have been. Spent so much time struggling with an inefficient manner trying to drain the bed. Oh well. And it took very little time, and once Mike got here, to get all the bed in. So it's all here. We got a bed. I still got to put it together though. So now I got to do that. All right, for bed assembly, first you put this outside frame together. It's got little plastic connectors, except for the one corner that apparently long ago the plastic connector was broken for. So it has a hinge just screwed into the wood. Okay, and then we have these little wooden bits that just sort of slot together to make a bit of a center brace to help support weight in the middle. And then I got these 3 boards put on here with little hardware kind of keeping them together. And then over on the sideboard I put the 2 little brackets on so that I can connect it on this side. And basically I'm going to work my way, probably connect it on that side, connect the one over here, and then put the 2 connector pieces that kind of, there's little hole slots where the screw slots in and then slides down and then you tighten it. So I'll get all that tightened in. Yeah. I do feel it's going together quicker than it was coming apart, which is encouraging. And that part was difficult. I got the box assembled. On this side, I pretty much had to forcibly make new holes for each of the brackets because the other ones were just too stripped out. And if I'd have known that at first, I wouldn't have done the first issue I had, which was I had to switch this entire bottom part around so it would line up with the holes that were already there. But if I wouldn't have done that, oh well, I would have had to do new holes on that side, but oh well. It wouldn't have been more work than what I ended up doing, and could have just kept going. Anyways, but yeah, I got the box together, and now I need to put that little pad on this side to figure out how far away it goes, and then try and figure out how far. I think I need to put a little bit away from the wall, and I am glad to at least see, because there's that outlet back there, but it's completely below this. So I have a plug in one of them that just sticks out, and I may at some point end up with a plug in the other, but I figure not to worry about it at this point. If I want to do that, it's just moving the headboard, which is a lot of work, admittedly, but not comparatively, considering I probably won't need it. I mean, I don't see myself needing it. I mean, in part, my thought would be if I needed to go one out this way and one out the other way, maybe. But there's already an outlet right at the foot of the bed anyways, so I don't need to. But yeah, I got that together. Yeah. I'm hoping to get to go to group tonight, actually. Sent my message to Mom, making sure my grandmother, who now lives quite a distance away, and therefore to go to the book study has the invitation, hey, if ever she wants to just stay in the guest room, she's able to. So I sent my mom a message. Is that a reply? It is. Okay. I now have permission to have the guest room at my mom's house, which means I don't have to fill up this bed tonight. Gives me a lot more leisure. Now, I guess at this point I'm not eating before group, I'll eat after group. I'm still probably going to try and at least get things sorted out with this part that I have in here right now. Alright, so bed frame all together. And this is as far as I was going to be able to get to go without leaving anyways. I got this together, I got things in, you know, the liner, the heaters, the hose, all that's in from the car. Of course, the mattress was already in, Mike bought that. But what I need is there are these little hinges. And now I've resat them, so they should be solid and it shouldn't be a problem. But last time it was a problem. Nothing bad happened, but there are some spots in the liner that the plastic is a little bit warped because where they started breaking loose, they are sharp metal that starts pressing in on that. Now, I had, therefore, on one of them, I'd cut up like a pool noodle and made like a foam block that I can put over it. Worked wonderfully to keep things safe. So I want to have a little block like that on top of each of them before I put the liner on this time, just to make it where it's safe from the start, and I don't got to worry about it. I forgot to bring the pool noodle. And we got an extra one in the garage, and it's winter, so I can cut it up, no problem. They're cheap. We'll get a new one in the summer. But I forgot it, so I have to go home to get it anyways. It's about time. People pretty much should all be there for group. They're probably starting their greeting, hi, how's your week been, kind of thing. So I'm gonna head over now. Gonna enjoy group. I am probably just going to get food and go to bed there afterwards. Not sure, but I'll decide then. But most likely by the time it ends, I'll be tired, and that's all I'm gonna want to do. And I'll just worry about continuing this tomorrow. But I have done a good amount of progress for today. So, you know, nothing against that. I got the bed here. It may not be functional, but it easily will be tomorrow. So, that's good. And also, it's pretty much ready for me to head over here early tomorrow and have a good solid work day here. Time to go. So that was nice. Study, we finished telling yourself the truth. Which we've been doing for a couple months now. And it's basically about a lot about self-talk, and the way that you talk to yourself about yourself can really cause a lot of the issues that you're wishing you didn't have in the first place. It's a Christian-based book and such, but it's nice, and it's a book I've been aware of for a great number of years, because my mom had done like a study on it like back when I was a small child, and so aspects from it are things that have been part of my upbringing and things that she's just incorporated in some of the language she uses. When you say you get sad about something and you say just a negative statement. There have been times in my life where she's just flat up addressed it as quit lying to yourself. That's because you can have negative self-talk and it doesn't help anything. Anyways, now folks ordered pizza, so that'll be here. And that'll be nice. So that'll be my dinner. But I'll be staying in the guest room here tonight, since I did not get my bed finished today. But still, I'm glad I had that as an option, because I think everything just took longer than I wanted. So yeah, I'll have that here fairly soon. And we got sausage and bacon pizza from Pizza Hut. Guest bed. I at least did bring my own pillows, and all my blankets and stuff are down there. If I wanted to use all my own blankets, I could. But I'm gonna just try this and see. Feels like a rock. Could be worse. Could be sleeping on the wooden box that's currently my bed back at the condo. But definitely looking forward to switching it out and getting my bed all set up tomorrow. So join me then. Thanks for watching.